Hey everybody, I've made a little bit of progress here that I'd like to show off while it's still fresh in my mind. So you know these saltpeter ore spawners that we were spending so much time doing this crazy stuff with the wither to gather? Turns out, with the appropriate tool, you can just mine them. So the Vajra's right-click function will actually pick it up. Left-click won't, just has to be right-click. Tried a bunch of other stuff. Turtles don't work. Wand of equal trade doesn't work. So it seems like it's just the Vajra and the wither explosions. So obviously this is the preferable one because you can do it losslessly. Let's actually fly over there. The spawners in the bedrock made a rather interesting pattern. It wasn't quite what I expected. Because, so initially I thought it was just one block that was spawning all of the saltpeter, which is why I went to creative mode, found all of the saltpeter spots and averaged their positions and looked at the center of that and happened to find a spawner like one block away from that, so I thought, okay, that must be the center. But no, it's actually a whole bunch of them in a pattern like this. So it's kind of weird. It's like, maybe this is actually two spots. It's like one circle there that are kind of intersecting. I just got down here and sort of held right-click and went along here until I could mine a block or two. I probably didn't get all of them, but I feel like I have most of them. I'm sure there's like one or two more still in here somewhere. I'm holding right-click as I do this. I don't have the coin of fortune on me, though, so I actually shouldn't do that, or I'd lose it to the void. So, now that I was able to get all of those, so I only have 9 on me, but that was actually like 2.5 stacks or something, whole bunch of them. But now that I've actually gotten all of those, well, first I did a whole bunch of testing in creative mode to figure out the exact mechanics of how they work. So, they're sensitive to altitude. I couldn't actually put them up here because this is too high. This is all the way up at, what is it, 150? 150, yeah. So the surface is at 150. I found that they didn't seem to work above altitude 100. I didn't actually figure out the lower limit, but they definitely didn't work all the way down at 0. So I just decided to build something on the surface using them. So this right here is a saltpeter extruder. Down here I have several layers of these spawner blocks. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. And yeah, they're kind of like Zicorium soil in that you can stack them up and they'll be more effective like that. That obsidian pipe picked up a piece of stone that I want back. So what we have here is, yes, that's a 3 by 17 area, I think, with a little bit extra on the sides because these things don't like to have too many air blocks around them. So everywhere under where I'm standing here will turn sand into saltpeter ore. Then I have a bunch of pistons there, which push it out. They are controlled by this computer. Let's take a look at it. So we have our startup script, just sets redstone output to true, waits a little bit, sets it to false, then sleeps for 30 seconds. So very, very simple stuff. So that is our controller computer. He runs the timer and activates the pistons. What also happens is I have this row of 17 turtles here. Each one is running a script that looks like... Ooh, that's not edit. That looks like this. That's also not how you type that. So it does os.pull event redstone. So anytime redstone input changes, we check the input on the back, and if it's off, meaning the pistons just activated and are no longer active, we wait just a little bit to make sure they've retracted, then place sand downward. Where they get that sand is from this router, which pulls it out of this chest. There's my stone. I pre-filled this chest with a whole bunch of sand, but here, let me actually harvest this while we're down here. Pre-filled it with a bunch of sand, but any sand that falls here that has not turned into saltpeter ore will get routed back into that chest. Well, not routed, piped back into it. So this is actually extremely fast and effective, way more than I was expecting it to be. So much so that I don't think it's really practical to be to not be automatically mining it, because coming down here to silk touch it is just it's kind of a pain to have to do it so often, because pistons have a limit of only so much you can push. And even with an advanced diamond drill with efficiency 4 on it, this doesn't mine instantly. I mean, I could use my Vajra, but this thing doesn't have as much power storage as a Gravi chest plate, so it's kind of... I guess I could make one of those, but I don't really want to. So Vajra doesn't last as long as I'd like it to. But yeah, so I should probably just have another row of turtles on the other side of this, just mining it as soon as it comes out. But I wanted to mine this up to show you guys how it... Yeah, okay, so that... You heard some sand being placed there. So this is getting extruded. That didn't actually get pushed. I think a little bit of sand might have fallen down there. It's working through its backlog because it all turned into saltpeter because I had left it like that for a little while. Let's go ahead and keep mining. So I think on the next push we should see some sand fall here, because this won't all have... Oops. Yeah, okay, so a whole bunch of sand fell right there. So a little bit of saltpeter spawned here. That one's gonna push out next time. But yeah, so the sand falls on these obsidian pipes, which doesn't actually break them. That's why the torches are there. Break it. So when a sand block falls here, it would just sit there, but the torch makes sure it breaks and falls in there. And all the iron pipes just lead over to this chest. So this chest will slowly deplete over time, but every single one of these sand blocks will eventually be turned into a saltpeter ore. Yeah, okay, see, we're only getting a little bit. We got that one, that one, that one, and this one. But it's still pretty effective. I mean, like, all this that I'm standing on here, that's happened since we were mining. So yeah, this is working quite well for me. Yep. But again, I think I'd rather have it automatically harvested, so somehow get this redstone signal over to here. Actually, I could run redstone right along top of this, because this sand never moves. Yeah. So redstone signal going this way. Then a bunch of turtles right down here, mining, and I guess routers pulling out the saltpeter from there to somewhere. Yeah, that'd probably work. Yeah, I kind of like to use computer craft for very simple things like that could be automated other ways, but are just better done with if you can write a little script for them. I have this guy here making dark iron for me. I think this is basically the exact same thing as we had in the previous Ultimate world. Well, I'm not even going to go through it because yeah, it's the same thing. Just places iron there, waits for it to turn dark, mines it, reignites the fire if it's gone out. Interestingly, it went out right after this finished the last bit of dark iron I gave it. I am actually very short on iron. I'm not as short as I was a minute ago, but this is after doing a lot of work to scrounge up iron from various places. I was actually electrolyzing a whole bunch of olivine. That's one use for olivine dust. You can get iron out of it. It gives you a bunch of other waste products too, but it is good for that. Right, yeah, so mainly I wanted to show my saltpeter thing. Now that we have access to lots of saltpeter, there are a few interesting things we can do with it. The obvious one being to make industrial TNT. So I've set up a little fabricator system for that here. It's kind of annoying that these fabricators can't see something on top of them, and I wanted to put this right here. I should have moved it one block over, because then I wouldn't have to do this. This is my sulfur storage unit. So I have more sulfur than any of the other components. Charcoal storage unit is empty. Saltpeter one has a little bit in it. But yeah, so that fabricates gunpowder, that fabricates TNT, and that fabricates industrial TNT. Then there is actually a router up here, a couple of them, which keep this stocked. So I can just stick stuff in there and not have to manually refill the industrial TNT. So that's a lot more handy. I just have to put flint dust and sand in here, saltpeter in here, charcoal dust in here, and sulfur in here if I run out. Sulfur is the one that's hardest to get, but it's also the one I have the most of right now. So I'm not too worried about it running out just yet. I've set up a few more fabricators here. Oh, well, actually, let's take a look at our resources. So, right, we're done with titanium. We have been for a while. We're actually getting pretty close on the chrome. I need 16 stacks plus 2. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This counts 12. Because that was part of it was made with chrome, was part of that count. So that's close to 12 and a half stacks. I thought I had 13. Maybe I miscounted. Anyway, yeah, so it's getting pretty close. Yeah, energy flow circuits are done. Data control circuits are done. Beryllium is done, so we have all the beryllium we need. It's getting close to the point where iridium's going to be the bottleneck, so I have made another ultimate hybrid solar panel here. Oh, and a Dragon Egg energy siphon. I don't know if that was really worth the iridium, because it cost a bunch of it and only outputs 128 EU per tick. I also have a magic energy absorber here. That's primarily just for disenchanting items, which is a handy utility to have around. Let's see, yeah, so where was I? Right, so I made that other ultimate hybrid solar panel, but I'm now saving up my iridium and UU matter, I guess, for fusion reactor components. Yep, time to turn that on, definitely. There are a couple of other things I realized that I was going to need. Iron was one of them. I will need a bunch of refined iron for all the machine blocks. Made a bunch of circuits just in case we need those, and I'm also going to need lots of carbon plates and advanced alloys for advanced machine blocks. Unless I wanted to go with machine casings, which are... wait, machine casings, that's a... do they use the same word? No, what is it called? Machine frame? No. What does he call that? Hull. Okay. Unless I wanted to go with machine hulls. The only ones you can use in highly advanced machine blocks are, what is it? Is it steel and titanium? Yeah, steel and titanium. I do have some titanium to spare, and that's a good thing to do with my titanium beyond just using it for, well, using it for these. But, so steel's no better than refined iron. In fact, it's a little bit worse because it's harder to make. And I don't really want to use that much titanium, so I'm probably going to be doing advanced machine blocks for highly advanced machine blocks. I have these fabricators set up for that chain of things. So I feed this one refined iron, it makes those. I've already pre-fed this some carbon plates and advanced alloys, it makes advanced ones. Then highly advanced ones with chrome and titanium plates. And then it'll be ready to go into here. I just haven't quite set that slot to highly advanced machine block yet. Also set up this thing for helium coolant cells. And yeah, superconductors. Although I actually realized I think I might not want to use helium coolant cells here. You can make these things. I don't know how to pronounce that. I guess it's sodium potassium coolant cell. And sodium and potassium. Wait a second, sodium. That comes from clay dust. But potassium is kind of a tricky one. You can only get it from ender pearl dust or saltpeter, but guess what we have a lot of now? Saltpeter. And I actually need nitrogen for making glycerol, so that would actually be pretty convenient. So I could electrolyze some saltpeter, get potassium for coolant cells, and nitrogen for glycerol, so I can make more nitrodiesel to feed to these generators. Although I'm not sure that's really worth it, but I'm going to keep doing it. I want to spend my my fuel somehow, and this doesn't make enough glycerol to turn all of that into nitrodiesel. Right, wow, totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, so I might want to, instead of using helium cells here, use sodium potassium coolant cells. Because we probably are going to want helium for the fusion reactor, because I'd rather run on helium and helium-3 than deuterium and tritium. And I think I can actually make... Wait, it does take deuterium. Oh, okay. So we do need deuterium anyway. But yeah, so this is the alternative. This is supposedly better, and we can definitely get plenty of helium-3 because... let's see, so it only comes from either endstone dust or 16 helium. Endstone is a thing that can be crafted with the tome of alkahest for actually quite a bit of extra output. So one redstone will make 16 more endstone. So it's going to be pretty easy to keep that supplied. I'll just have to grind it down and centrifuge it for the helium-3 to feed to the fusion reactor. So that's my plan. And since that's so easy, maybe I don't even need to worry about this since I already have the helium. Yeah, let's just go ahead and use it. It looked like that this thing was a little bit of a pain to craft. Let's see, tin, sodium, 10K. Oh, it takes 10K coolant cell. Yeah, that's a lot more tin. Yeah, screw that. We're going with helium. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. More than halfway there on coal dust. Close to halfway there on tin dust. Getting there. I've ramped down my coal dust production and ramped up my tin production. So those are closer to equal. So those are still my big bottlenecks, but I have an eye toward iridium now. There's a lot of B particles back there. Yeah, I've gone a little bit alveoli crazy. I don't actually like how far out these come. I think this is one too far. But yeah, I have a lot of these. I need them for the resources they produce. And it takes quite a lot of Bs to produce a decent amount of yeah, things like platinum, tin, ruby dust. Still don't have as much of that as I'd like. I have been doing some stuff with this ash. This actually is what those carbon plates are made of, because in addition to using coal dust to craft raw carbon fiber, you can actually use carbon cells, and these can be electrolyzed into carbon cells. So I've set up this little system here, which will... Yeah, so a bunch of routers here, which extract the ash from there, put it into these industrial electrolyzers, extract the carbon cells that come out of that, and put them into this electric crafting table down here, which lets me make raw carbon fiber without consuming the cells. It automatically outputs to this chest, so that's where the raw carbon fiber goes. And there's a fabricator here that makes those, so I just have to pull those out and put them in the compressor when we're all done. I guess I could do one more router to do that, but I don't bother. And yeah, then the cells just get routed back into the electrolyzers. So that's pretty handy. All I have to do is carry ash over here and let it do its thing, and we get raw carbon meshes out. So we don't have to use our coal dust on that and set ourselves back as far as this collection goes. Let's see, have I done anything else interesting here? I tweaked this a little bit. It's a lot uglier now and messier, but what I wanted to do was get some of the... Whoa. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so the igneous extruder is actually struggling to keep up a little bit. Huh. Anyway, so when I initially set this thing up, this is our lava squeezer, I tried having just one pulverizer. It wasn't able to keep up with the sand demand, so I needed two, but two is actually too many, because sand was stacking up in here. So I needed more than one, but there was some excess sand with just two, with two there. So I wanted to put that sand away, which I have it doing now. It's going into a deep storage unit here, and then we just have routers, my favorite item, moving it out of there into here. So the gravel is also no longer getting void piped. It's turning into flint dust. There it is. Yeah, so gravel turns into flint dust, right? Yeah, there it goes. Yep. So we can pull that out to make industrial TNT with it, because flint dust's actually kind of a pain to get if you don't set up a system like this. So yeah, that's what that is. I don't think much of anything else has changed over here. I added more centrifuges here because this was actually backing up. There's more down the bottom now. Just added another row. One of the things I really love about routers is I could just stick those down here and didn't have to do anything more with pipes. They just immediately worked. Those things are great. I'm really looking forward to, once I'm done with this, this season, I'm looking forward to seeing the item transport features in newer Feed the Beast packs, because apparently Thermal Expansion has added some item ducts, I think they're called, which sounds pretty interesting to me. From what I've seen, they might be a, might give routers a run for their money as far as moving items around. So I would very much like to play with those. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I've, all the interesting stuff I've done around here. So I'm just going to get back to it, collect more tin. That seems to be my biggest shortage right now, because I'm less than halfway there. All the other resources, except for iridium, I'm more than halfway. I don't know what else to do about it. I guess I could go mining, could run another quarry. Let's see, where did I get large amounts of tin? I was even resorting to doing stuff like pulling out these filled tin cans down here, the ones with food in them that come out of my scrap machine, using them in the extractor, then pulverizing them. Yep, gonna pull another stack there, because those turn into tiny piles of tin dust. Like this. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can smelt them for... Hello? Well, that's better. Why haven't I been doing that? Okay. Wait, is that better? Hang on. Why is this confusing me? Yeah, that is better. Okay, I want to smelt them instead of pulverizing them. Okay, good. So I've had a better way to do that. It's funny. The only thing I ever eat in this world is stone. I say that because... that's the only thing I feed these recyclers, and then that scrap gets turned into all these things. So I think of this as eating stone, because that's where this food comes from. Recycler's such a weird thing. I guess conceptually it's supposed to be that you've put lots of different things in it, and maybe some of these were among those components and it was able to rescue them. But if you only feed it one thing, that doesn't really make any logical sense. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go back to collecting resources. I'm hoping in the second half of this episode we can actually... No, we don't have the iridium. Okay, yeah, in the second half of this episode, even if I don't have all of these, all this stuff collected, I'm going to start crafting these things and setting down fusion coils, because I'm tired of just waiting around for resources. So I have all these fabricators set up. I want to do something with them. And we're actually pretty close to being able to do that. I know my counts are off for this because I've already made a bunch of these. I should recount and figure out how much that is. It's probably not a really significant amount, but it's some. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back several days later, and look what we have here. We're done. I'm one stack short of the count that I counted, because I already put a stack in here. So, if I never have to look at another stack of tin dust again, it'll be too soon, because, oh, that was the biggest pain, just to gather all of those. I think I still have some crystallizing here. Yeah, oh man, I'm so sick of messing with tin. So we're going to craft a fusion reactor, but before we do, I'll show you a couple of the things that I've done here. So I did what I was talking about, and there's a wisp. I have some flux here because I've been transmuting copper into tin because I have such a huge amount of copper. But on an entire charge from a wand of the thaumaturge, you can only get one stack of tin ingots. So it's kind of a pain to transmute stuff that way. So I've been trying to get my tin through other means. I've exhausted like every possible way of getting it through. Looked at all these things. So you can get the. Okay, the one way I didn't use was with UU matter, because that would have taken a lot for what I needed. I do have quite a lot of UU matter. I'll show you my matter fabricator in a minute. But yeah, I did some of this, I did some of that. Let's see, I centrifuged some things. Yeah, zinc turns into one tiny pile of tin dust in the industrial centrifuge. But anyway, so we have enough. So this thing right here, yeah, I just reloaded it with sand. It had actually gone through all of it. I have this row of turtles here just mining as soon as they get a redstone signal, and then wait a little bit so that the saltpeter will be hovering below them. And then that just gets routed through here. Plop, into that item tesseract, which goes up to this... Oh, stupid wisp. This spot right here. So I realized I could put the saltpeter storage unit down here because I had the sulfur one here and it was annoying to get at it. But now it's saltpeter since I'm actually putting stuff into that with an item tesseract. These two are not automated. That's for charcoal. That's for sulfur. But I had enough to make a pretty good supply of this stuff. If I gave that some flint, it would fill that back up. And yeah, this thing is conveniently filled up with flint. Got lots of sand here, so we're good on those resources. Mostly just because I spent so much time gathering tin that everything else was able to stack up. Let's put this wispy essence away. I don't want it on me for this. So another thing I did was I set up this huge wall of industrial centrifuges. This is pretty cool. You could probably guess what it's for. I have... Oh, tree grew. I have a chest on one side for input and a chest on the other side for output. Let's make some iridium nuggets. So we get some platinum dust out of there. I'm going to have to change my bee setup because I have lots of tarnished bees. I ramped down the fossiled bees when I was getting close on this stuff, so that's done. But yeah, so we just stick this in here. And it all gets routed into these. Little by little, there that one went. You can sort of see them turn on one by one. And then output goes to this chest. I've already done a few of those, so I have plenty of iridium here. Right, this chest has all the other resources we need. All the chrome we need, all the refined iron, which I realized was a thing we needed, and I was actually pretty short on iron, so I had to scrounge up some of that. A little bit of extra tin in ingot form, and 56 iridium plates. I have a couple of extras. Now, I know these counts are off, because I was doing them based on what I read on the wiki for the number of fusion material extractors, injectors, and energy injectors. But what I'm actually going to do here, right, I've prepared this spot for my fusion reactor. This is where it's going to go. Set down the computer. What I'm actually going to do here is just go by this chart, do what it says. Even if I have to make a few more things than I would otherwise, that's what we're going to do. Let's see, did I do anything else here? Not really. Yeah, okay, everything else is pretty much the same. Okay, so we're going to start crafting. I have a few more fabricators here, I guess. So let's start with the fusion coils. So this is currently missing dense copper plates. What I like to do here, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to put those in deep storage units since fabricators can pull from those, and then stick them next to the... I should have done that from the beginning instead of using barrels. Stick them next to the fabricator so that they can just do their thing, because I don't want to be just ferrying all that stuff out of there into these things. These things are handy because you can just pick them up after they're filled and they keep all their contents. So empty this out. Put them in here. And you are now supplied with dense copper plates. It's fabricated a few things. This is going to need beryllium, which I'm not going to bother putting in a deep storage unit because I don't have that much of it. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and tear these down. Why is this axe slower? Hang on, I want to try something. I feel like this axe is actually a lot slower than the axe I was using previously. I'm going to try that when I tear down the tin barrel, but don't do that now because it would not drop all of those. So I have to do it one by one. All right, well, this is going to be slow. So let me just move all of this stuff into those deep storage units, and I'll be back when that's done. Better idea. Let's use my favorite item in the game to do this. So I think I can do this without a machine filter or anything. I've already set this to down as out, so it won't be able to pull out of the bottom of it. I'm going to say extract from bottom sides. I must have already put the bandwidth into it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you have bandwidth. I want you to eject to... what side is that? Blue. Which is north. Here we go. Okay, that's moving it nicely. All right, so we're going to move all of those. Ooh, that's actually not as fast as I'd like. All right, well, it'll get there. Okay, so this will still take a bit. Move all of those the same way. Then we'll set those up to craft the things. All right, that one's done. Let me try the thing I wanted to try with the axe here. That seemed faster. Okay, efficiency 3. Why is it different? That is definitely faster with the steel axe. That's really weird. I wonder why the axe of the stream is so much slower on barrels. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this. I think I can just, if I break that, put it over here where this thing can talk to it. So that'll see that. Then put another here and do this. Everything should work. Or not. Do I need to prime it? No. I need to say, there we go. Okay. And while that goes, let me show you this matter fabricator. So I've been leaving it running for the longest time. My power grid is strong enough to... Oh yeah, I guess I have 3 of these now. Power grid's strong enough to just keep up with most of my machines. Like if I run all 3 of these industrial blast furnaces at a time, they will give me insufficient energy line. But other than that, I can do pretty much anything with this thing running for as long as I want. So it turns out this thing does not stop when it stacks up 64 UU matter and hits 100%. So it just keeps on going past 100%. So I have nearly 3 stacks of UU matter in here. Let's see what it does when we pull this out. I was a little afraid this would explode, but I just kept letting it go to see how far it would go. Supposedly there's no limit. So, yep, just another stack, another bunch. Okay, cool. So I have a lot of UU matter to play with. So if we need some extra iridium, or really anything else pretty much. Oh, don't even have space to put it here. These can be compacted into blocks, I think. Right? Oh, that's an uncrafting table. Oh, that has iridium nugget in it. Yeah, okay. So, these are old school coal blocks. This is before there were actual coal blocks in Minecraft. I've been watching some of the Minecraft guys play their new crack pack, which is not Feed the Beast, it's a different thing. And that's been making me kind of itchy to try the some of the newer modded Minecraft stuff. So I'm kind of eager to get this stuff over and done with so we can move on to that. Still have to do the Galgadorian drill after we finish this fusion reactor thing. And, you know, we want to sort of live with both of those things for a little while and see what they're like. But, yeah, so I'm eager to move on to other things. It's going to be an interesting process to evaluate. Good, that's done. Evaluate the mods I want to use in my next series. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but we'll figure out a good way to make it happen. Yeah, and I'm excited about that. So, okay, here we go. Stuff should be crafting. Stuff should be crafting. Oh, right, it's not crafting because that's full, and this doesn't have any beryllium. Okay, let's give that all the beryllium at once. And actually, before we do that, let's give this, uh-oh, how many iridium plates? We need 32 fusion coils, so 32 iridium plates, okay. That's my chest. Don't want to overcraft this, just in case I put too many materials in there, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, one of these per fusion coil. I haven't put it in the recipe yet. Okay, here we go. Have some beryllium. It's not doing it. No? What's happening here? Shouldn't this be crafting things? Is it out of, No, dense copper plates are there. Why you no go? I've seen this get a little bit weird with... Yeah, it made a few. Now this is not... Oh, okay, so I can only have 1 stack of beryllium cells in here at a time. There we go. There we go. Now things are moving. Okay. Things make sense now. Because, yeah, it didn't have enough room to put an adequate number of those there, so for the 8 this needed to craft that. Okay. So we'll babysit this for a bit. While we do that, let's go ahead and stick this in the pattern here. Is it the bottom? I think it's the bottom. Then the center is a highly advanced machine block. We need to get those crafting too. So let's start with putting the refined iron in there. I know this is fairly primitive automation. I could have done better with it, but this will do for now. All right, so you make some machine blocks. Make lots of machine blocks. And you, right here, can make those things. Okay, right. You're going to need some iridium plates. How many exactly? Looks like 8. Okay, let's give you 8 iridium plates. Oh, keep looking at that chest. I guess the rest of those are for other things. Okay, so those are superconductors. That's done. Oh, this is fun. Hope I haven't gotten anything terribly wrong and I'm wasting resources here. Guess we'll find out. Oh. Is that all the advanced machine blocks I needed? It's a lot less than I expected. I didn't even use all the carbon plates and advanced alloys I'd preloaded in there. Okay, so titanium and chrome plates. How's this doing? Is this doing okay? Needs more beryllium. All right, so, and there's a little bit more on me. Right, so that's ready to go. This needs... Okay. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm not sure exactly how many of these I want to make. Let's start with, let's just feed it this many of the things and hope that's not too many. It might have been. Okay. Hey, we're making fusion coils. We have 29 of them. That's pretty close. I may have made way too many of those. I think, okay, these are part of the advanced machine casings, aren't they? Yeah, and we need a lot of those, so no, I haven't made too many of those. Okay, so we have those there. Let me go ahead and complete that recipe too, because we're going to need to make some of these. How many did I... Yeah, 79 advanced machine casing. I already have 2 right here. Let's just go ahead and put those in here so we know what we have. What's going on here? Okay, we need a little more beryllium. I'm off by 1. What happened here? Ah, I had already made one to fill out this recipe. Okay, so we have an extra thick neutron reflector. Okay, there's 32 fusion coils. And that is all the fusion coils we need, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because we needed 1 for the fusion control computer, then 32 that are going to go around this ring, but 1 level up. So let's make the... Oh, well that already did its job. Good, okay, so we're done with this. Have 2 extra superconductors left over. I think we might need those as a component in... I'm pretty sure we actually need those as a component in some of these material injectors and extractors or whatever they are. So I haven't set up the fabricators for those yet. We'll still have to figure that out. So, right, we need 79 of these. So let me give this some data control circuits. I don't want to accidentally overcraft this. I'm so afraid of doing that. So let's do this carefully. I've pre-made some deuterium and helium-3. I don't really know how long this is going to last, like 2 stacks of each. I probably am going to need to set up a very large automated factory for them, but I'm going to see how far we can go on just those 2 stacks to get an idea of what we need to do to do the rest of the thing. So let me just put these in a few at a time. Oh, almost overdid it. Okay, so we want 79? 79. Okay, so that's 74, 78, 79. Okay. So let's stop using our resources now. I'm just going to go ahead and set these down in here. Hopefully I got this pattern right. Then up on top of them will go the fusion coils. I should probably have an Omni wrench on me. I need to be extra sure not to try to pick anything up with a pick unless I've tried the Omni wrench first, because I don't know how these blocks work. I've never... Oops. Now I know this one can just be picked up with a pick. We've done that plenty of times before. So fusion coils are not currently on me. I'm gonna get some of this stuff out of my inventory. I wonder what all these are for. Did I, like, miscount by a lot? I wonder. I think I may have hugely miscounted the number of those that I need, unless I'm way under on the number of advanced machine casings I need, but I don't feel like I am. Alright, so fusion coils. They're going to go like this. Wait a minute, I feel like I've already messed this up. Material injectors plus coil in between. Yeah, okay, so material injectors go in all of those spots. Okay, so let's pick those up. And we need to make 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 fusion material injectors. Let's go ahead and do that now. Ooh, Omni-wrench, please. I don't trust it. Let's just put this thing away, get it out of my inventory. Speaking of which, go away, go away. All of you go away. Iridium, okay. Deep storage units I'm keeping over here, because I use them for B products. Oops. And iridium nuggets, let's just stick them in here with all the rest of them. There's probably a lot more in here since I put all that platinum in there. Oh yeah, look at all that. Plenty of iridium. Yeah. That's like more than half a stack of ingots. Awesome. Okay, right, so we need 8 fusion material injectors. How do we make those? Fusion material injector. All right, highly advanced machine blocks. So we need 8 of those. We're going to need 32 pumps and some energy flow circuits and some chests. Okay, let me make those things. Wait a minute. What have I done here? Why do I have so much extra tin and coal? I don't know how I could possibly have miscounted that because I just took down those fabricators for the fusion coil components. But we already made all the fusion coils we needed. What did I do wrong here? This isn't even like a... What? Okay, well I wasted time gathering as many of these as I did. Holy crap. This is like... Did I get twice as many as I actually needed? Well, I guess we have enough for a second fusion reactor. Good. That's something I wanted to potentially do here. Why are those? Oh yeah, that's the right place. All right, so that's not doing anything. So I guess we can use a pickaxe. I'm so afraid to do this, but let's find out. Okay, good. We got it. Okay, so pickaxe and fusion coil is fine. Well, now I'm a little bit pissed that I gathered so many of those resources for so long, and it was way more than I needed. Okay, so we have extras of some stuff. Oh, come back. You're valuable. Wisps hanging out in both of my nodes on the way up here. Yeah, leave me alone. Alright, yeah, so we're crafting the material injectors. That's what goes in those holes. Yeah, I have an unforeseen need for refined iron here, so I'm making some more, because we're going to need some mining pipes in order to make the pumps. I'm also going to need a lot of these. I'm not sure I have enough. That is, in fact, not enough. Do I have a few here? Always running out of those things. Let's see, so a pump. What am I looking for? A material injector. Energy flow circuits. And, okay, so it's circuits. Right, 32 of those. Ooh, and machine blocks. We're going to need a lot more refined iron. Okay, right, so I was setting these up for that. Yeah, all right, give me a minute. Okay, I think we're all set up to make these things now. I'm going to need some more energy flow circuits too, because I didn't count on making this many of these things, did I? So let's see. I need to put this many refined iron in there, and 2.5 stacks of planks, I think. Uh-oh. Something's wrong. What happened? That ran out of mining pipe. Oh, I only made half as much mining pipe as I needed. Okay. So I need to make some more mining pipe. That one's not too hard. Not even going to set up a fabricator for it, because this is probably a little quicker this way. Just get in there. Okay. So mining pipe goes in here. What else are we missing? Machine blocks. I only put half as much as we needed in there. So we need another, well, here's a stack. And I need another stack of refined iron. Oh, man. Okay, let's start breaking those down into ingots. I miss being able to just craft these into blocks and ingots. Stupid Greg. Alright, yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. Okay, and as soon as we have another stack of those, we'll be able to craft the rest of those and put them down. So let's look ahead a little bit. How many other things do we need? We need 16 material extractors, 8 oh right, we're making the material injectors now. 16 energy injectors, 16 material extractors. So that takes, ooh, that's expensive. Okay, right, material extractor. Okay, so we need twice as much as that. Oh, 4 times as much. No, three times as much of those things to make all of those things. Okay. Well, first let's just go ahead and put these in here so that can finish with what it's doing, although it's only 1 stack I needed. Yeah, here we go. Okay, material injectors. Man, it seems like just crafting and placing this thing down could probably be an episode of its own. Okay, can't interact with them. I wonder what the, I wonder if the fusion control computer tells me anything yet. It probably can't see these things yet, can it? It doesn't seem to know anything about it yet. Okay. All right, so we can put down our fusion coils, because that's all fusion coils all through here. Yeah. Okay. Oops. What? Oh. Oh, those are interactable. I wonder if I'm going to need to interact with them. I probably am. Okay. So, all right. I guess I didn't really plan for that. I thought they weren't interactive, but so wait, what do we put in there? I guess we put deuterium and helium-3. Okay, well, we'll figure that out in a bit. Did I miscount this? Material injectors. Okay, we need twice as many of those as we made. Oops. Okay, so I need a lot more stuff. But let's just go ahead and put down the fusion coils at least. I knew once I thought I had the materials together, I wouldn't be anywhere near done. Yeah, this isn't going to be up and running this episode. I'll be lucky if I even get most of the blocks placed down. Okay, fusion coils are down. I can start putting in a bunch of advanced casings. Let's see, plasma extractor. That would be material extractor, I guess. Energy injector. Okay, so we want to leave those and those open. Can I keep track of that in my head? Not okay, right. So right next to the computer. So those are going to be material extractors. That, and that. And the material injectors go here, 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 and here. Okay. The rest of these all just need to be advanced machine casings. Right? Yeah. I put a grid of crafting tables in here just because I was annoyed at not always being close to one, so that fixed that problem. This is tedious. I think I'm getting this pattern right. Do I have enough? I think I do, maybe. Hopefully. And, okay, so that's that layer done, right? That's not a uniform pattern. You need to be there. Alright, so, looks good to me. Okay. And then we're going to need more of those things on top, but other than that, this can all be filled in. Like so. This looks very patchy. I guess it's going to until I get all the blocks in. Looks like my count for that was pretty much right, because you can only craft 4 at a time, so I have 3 extras. Alright. Looks almost like something. Okay, let me see how many of these injectors and extractor things I can build, and then we'll place them down and see what we look like. Alright, so I've been working on this. It seems I'm going to come up pretty severely short on these energy flow circuits. I have my assemblers working on making elite circuit boards again, and I set up this thing for crafting the Lapitron crystals and putting them in here again. Just have to load that once these are loaded with elite circuit boards, but it's going to be a little while before those finish because they're slow. I guess I could use iridium plates to just craft these, but I don't want to. Although that's actually kind of tempting. Ha! I wouldn't have thought I would ever want to do that, but no, I don't. I have the patience to at least allow these to craft in the assembling machine. Platinum's so much easier to get than iridium. Right, so if I put these in here, stuff should have... Oh, wait, no. Okay, we have a stack of those now. What's missing? Oh, right, cells. Yeah, so I'm actually smelting my tin now, instead of keeping it in dust form, so that I can make these cells, because we're coming up pretty short on those, too. Alright, so there's 16 pumps, there's 32, which is enough to make this. What is missing? Energy flow circuits, of course. If I could just get 2 more, I could make all of those that I need, but I'm not sure where I would get those. Do I happen to have any extras in here? No. Wasn't able to make any in there. I guess, okay, let me interrupt this and just put... Let's just put a couple of these in. Let's see, how do I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4. So I have 4 elite circuit boards and 8 of these. I'm going to need to make more circuits too. I should probably make a lot more assembling machines than I have here, because I don't think we really are, or overclock them much more or something. Alright, here we go. So that is getting pulled out and put in there. Okay. So this will at least make me some energy flow circuits. This is the overclocked one, so we should have them ready momentarily. While we wait, let's place down the rest of these. This is the right place, right? I think it's the right place. So we're waiting for the energy flow circuits to make the last one of those for that spot. Okay. Can we make any of the other stuff? So the really expensive one is the energy injector, right? Yeah, that costs a supercondensator, which is lots more energy flow circuits. And you know what? I don't have anywhere near enough iridium for the... Oh, hang on, so I have 16 plates left. We need how many energy injectors? 16 of them, of course. So how much iridium is that? Oop, that's not the right thing. So that's 1 iridium per 4 supercondensators. So that's 1.5. 2, 3, 3.5 iridium per one of these things, and we need 16 of them, so that's 56. Ooh, so we needed 56 iridium plates just for those alone. Alright, so we need a lot more of that. We can make some with this. I'm going to have to cut it off here at some point because there's no way I'm going to... Well, I'll keep going until I hit a brick wall. That's what I'll do. Which might make this just a little bit lengthy, but that should be fine. Seems like I worry about making my episodes too long much more than my viewers do, so that should be fine if you guys are as you've always been. Yeah, this is why I like the packager. It's just too annoying to put it in the grid. Oh man, it'd be so nice to be in a newer version of Minecraft where I can just drag. I used to hate that feature so much because I couldn't control it very well. It just, here, let's use some UU matter to make more iridium. I would just misclick so many times and, you know, like split stacks apart when I didn't want to, but I got used to it, and now I like it and would like to have it here. Sure, let's start with that many. Ugh, that was a lot of iridium I just used, and it didn't actually make, sorry, a lot of UU matter I just used, and it didn't actually make as many of those as I would have liked it to. I turned this off just so I'd have more power to machines like these. I'm sure I'm going to need more titanium and chrome, so I've gone ahead and started producing those things. In fact, let's refill these and keep that going. Oops, Got an extra few. Okay. Right, so there's some iridium ingots. Yeah, okay, we've all seen this plenty of times. Let me keep going, and I'll update you when I either hit a brick wall or get something else interesting done. Well, here's a small thing, I guess. We have the energy flow circuits for another of these now. And I want to flip this upside down, so I make the other kind of those. But we're going to need a lot more energy flow circuits for it. So that's enough highly advanced machine blocks. I emptied that out. We still have some advanced machine blocks waiting. This is going to need a lot more refined iron. Oh, wait, no, we already have machine blocks. What are you missing? Cells. Okay, so that's tin. All right, but anyway, we have another than these. Let's place it down. So I guess we're going to have to pipe either with liquid or items stuff into here. So I'm guessing that's going to be deuterium, like the top ones. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, here we go. So presumably, if we read this literally, we're going to want deuterium on the bottom and helium-3 on the top. So helium-3 in all of these and deuterium in all of these in the bottom. I have no idea if that's remotely correct, but that's what I'm going to try to do once we're ready to fire this thing up. We're also going to have to power it up a good bit, because if you look at the, at least I think we are, if you look at this, it says start 60 million EU, so we got to feed this 60 million EU to get the fusion started, and then it's going to consume this much, so I need like 4 ultimate hybrid solar panels on this whole time. I wonder how much storage this thing has. Can I just store up enough to do this at least once, then put this in a plasma generator? Oh, speaking of plasma generator, that's another thing we're going to want to build. It's cheap. It's super cheap. Just 2 energy flow circuits, some tungsten steel plates. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so plasma generator is super easy. 2048 out. Cool. So that would keep that going nicely. But only just. So I guess we could make 2 of them. And I don't know. We'll figure that out when the time comes, but I just want to fire this thing up first and make some helium plasma. All right, so back to crafting. You know what I want? I want a thing like this for every machine, because I'm just running back and forth putting stuff like this. This induction furnace is really fast, but it's not fast enough. I want a whole wall of those and be able to just put something in here and have it come out the other side. I've wanted that for pulverizers too, electrolyzers. Yeah, we might have to do that before we're done here, if we can get the power to support it. Okay, so let's see. I've managed to make... Okay, right, so we're short on energy flow circuits. I need another few pumps. How many of these do I need? 16. You're probably out of wood. No, you're not out of wood. What are you missing? Cells, of course. All right, so cells... I'll get you a little bit. How much more do you actually need? Ah, that gets us all the way there. I have some extra mining pipe. Wait, no, I need another... No, that's as many of those as I need. Okay, so I made too much mining pipe. All right, that's fine. So if I just had the energy flow circuits, I could make all of the fusion material extractors I needed. Okay, so work on those. Ah, I think this tooltip just answered one of my questions. Stores 10 kk-EU. I guess that's 10 million for the fusion reactor. So the number of fusion energy injectors we have determines how much EU we can store up. And we're going to have, what, 16 of them? Energy injector. Yeah. This count is wrong. It's 16 of each. Okay. So with 16 of those, that gives us 160 million EU, which is enough for 2 deuterium helium-3 reactions and a little more. Okay, well, we'll figure that out when we get to it. I'm still making these elite circuit boards. I overclocked this guy to match this one because I have enough power for it now. I'm tempted to just go nuts and put like 10 overclockers in each one, but that might drain my power grid a bit too fast. Oh wow, I have my matter fabricator on, but I think I need more MFSUs because these can't really output enough power as quick as I'd like. Yeah, I should build some more of those. But I don't know, this my power grid's probably going to drastically change once I get this up and running, because that'll provide me with a huge amount of power. Although, getting there is going to be quite a process. Okay. So, kind of just have to wait on these to craft. until we can do much else. What about the energy injector while we wait for that? Because we just need the energy injector and the material extractors. Material extractors are done, except for the energy flow circuits. All the pumps we need are in here. All the highly advanced machine blocks and chests we need are in there. We just need 48 of these? Yeah, 48 of those. And we'll be good to go. Okay. So this needs a lot of iridium. How much was it? 56? Yeah, 56 iridium plates for that. Okay. And how much do we have? Not 56, right? We have one stack of ingots, which will turn into 16 plates. We have an extra, 16 plates in here? Okay, so we need a lot more iridium. Yeah, I'm going to come up short on the iridium, it looks like. Not by too much, but by a little bit at least. And now I've been smelting this stuff to make elite circuit plates. So, yeah, it's going to be a little while yet, I think. Alright, well, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, well, I've done pretty much as I can here. There's not much sense in waiting for these to craft, so I'm getting there. Let's at least take these out and make a couple of the things we're trying to make and set them down and look at them. So, alright, material extractors go where exactly? The energy injectors are the corner ones. So material extractors are like this. Okay, so that's what that part's going to look like. Yeah, it looks weird. Okay, so material extractor... Oh. Okay, I understand. So I guess helium plasma is going to go into this thing's tank, and then we pull it out with a cell? I wonder if it's going to evenly split between those, which means I'll have to run this 16 times to get one full cell out. I don't know. Or maybe I just stick a cell in here and it'll give me whatever it has. But anyway, yeah, so I need to set up some fabricators for, these things. And collect a lot of iridium. And make a lot more energy flow circuits. I think one of the things I want to do here is... Oh, hey, since I'm flying by this guy, look at him. He looks all beat up. He was like this a moment ago when I came up here. And if I talk to him, this is what he's supposed to look like. So this has already happened once before. I brewed some... I had some Health 2 potions from somewhere, Twilight Forest probably, and I can splash him with it, and he looks good again, but I don't know what's damaging him. Maybe he's stepping up here and that's happening? But yeah, so apparently those guys show damage by looking kind of worn down. Anyway, that's a distraction. What I wanted to do here... Oh, wow. Did you see that? Another distraction. Apparently, water and also nether portals don't draw if you look through warded glass. So I just saw this dirt down here, and I was like, what is going on there? But no, it's a little pond. Yeah, so I wanted to move the scrap machine, and I'd like to feed it a lot more power and a lot more overclockers, and probably just discard the vast majority of these resources and only keep a few. Let's see, the things I'm interested in are all of these gem-type things, of course. I don't really care about endstone dust. I can manufacture that easily enough. Magnesium's useless. Right, chrome, titanium, platinum, and circuit boards. Mostly I want... Oh, oops. Well, just inserted what I had on me. Mostly I want those things. So yeah, I want an extremely overclocked one of these. Like several solar panels, lots of recyclers, overclocked to the max. Just making as many of the rare resources out of it as it can, and discarding the common ones, like everything over here. So I'm going to set that up here, kind of away from my workspace, so I won't be hearing that clicking all the time. But yeah, probably when during next episode I'll have a new scrap machine that goes faster and only produces a few things. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up here. Still have a lot of work to do to get my materials together for this. I still can't believe I overshot this by twice as much. I'm going to have to figure out how I did that math so wrong. Because this was by far the most annoying part so far. Oh well, it's done. Yeah, like I said, I'll have those for a second fusion reactor. If for some reason I want to set one of those up. Right, we also need to start working on the Galgadorian drill. I guess I could work on getting ghastly bees or whatever they're called to produce the gas tiers for that. Anyway, so I'll stop rambling now. Got a lot more work to do, but we laid down the beginnings of that, so this is pretty cool. It's exciting. See you guys next time for some more fusion reactor setup.